with designing. You know what I mean? Like you can use AI to look, I want to design a jacket and tell it exactly what you want the jacket to look like, and it'll literally create the jacket with your logo, the whole mock-up, the front, the back, everything. So it's next level. So I believe if you know how to use it, you know what I mean, and you know what you're doing, yeah, you can get a lot done. It's definitely going to be the wave.
Maybach music.
It's the big boss, Rick Ross. Right now you rocking with the hottest DJ in the game. Let's go.
It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It for Hip Hop Podcast. It's good to be back on the Miggity mic. This is episode 122. Matter of fact, no, hold up. I gotta get my episode numbers right. Yo, bro, what number episode is this gonna be? 121. Shout out to my co-host, man. I want to welcome to the show, man, a very, very special guest in the fashion world, man. He been here before, man, but he got another story to tell, man. You know, he been working hard, you know, the New York Fashion Week and everything in between, man. I want to welcome my bro, Ruemonge the Sing.
Ruemonge the Sing.
Ruemonge the Sing.
It's Ruemonge the Sing.
Ruemonge the Sing, man. I appreciate you, bro, coming down, man. Welcome to the show, bro. It's been a while. And what I wanted to get to, what has changed for your brand between the last time you was with me on the show and now? What has chinged?
Man, so much, you know.
Because I know you came with a different crew last time as well. So are people hired, fired? What's going on, bro?
Yeah,
it looks like new faces in the building.
It's been some changes, you know what I'm saying? Definitely some changes, you know what I mean? But we still moving. We still locked in, you know what I mean? So everybody that's supposed to be here, you know. Still pushing, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reese, you know what I'm saying? That's my bro. You know? You know, he played a big role in everything that's going on.
Cool.
You know, but he was here the last time.
Yeah, he was. But I know it was another person that was here that's not here this time.
My former PR. Yeah, made some changes. It's all love, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We just, you know.
Right.
We growing, you know what I'm saying?
And, and sometimes.
You know, like, changes got to be made, you know.
Absolutely.
For the betterment of the situation, you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Shout out to my security Stucky too. He in the building, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Stucky, man. How you get that name? Is that like yeah, that's crazy, man.
Talk to him off cameras about that, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So what has changed? Because I know you because you reached out to me, you was like, yo, Bugs, man, I got some new things going on that I would like to share and on your platform and let the world know what's going on. So what has changed since the last time we spoke?
I mean, a lot, man. We just been evolving, you know, elevating. You know, the first time that I came on was like a month prior to my first big show that was with Runway 7.
Right.
You know, we did that and we made history, you know, and that kind of just like opened the doors for me to enter the fashion world, you know what I mean, on a commercial level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? More on the mainstream level, you know what I'm saying? So over the past 2 years, we done that show and then we came back, we did another one. I got called to come back to present my collection again, like less than, I think it was like, how many months was that, Reese? Like when we came back and we did probably like less than 6 months, we came back and did another one.
Oh, wow.
And then, you know, they called me to do, the Fashion Week Festival after that. And we just recently did that this past September, which we collaborated with Lola Brooke and Glorilla. It's like a fashion concert, but it's during Fashion Week.
Really?
They do it in an arena. Yeah, it was like.
Now, explain that. Now, who reached out to who for you to get that bag and for you to get with the Gorillas and the Lola Brooks of the world? Shout out to them. I love them a lot as artists.
Yeah. So just the momentum, we just was like making a lot of noise over the past 2 years. You know, we done like a lot of big collaborations with other big brands. You know, we connected with Bowery Showroom in New York City. That's like one of the top showrooms in New York City, and we had like hundreds of people come out to that. So the traction really just started picking up in NY after I did that first big show. You know what I'm saying? And then we brought it back up here. We're doing a deal with Christiana Mall, and we ran that up all 2024, you know what I mean, leading into the show that we did in September at the Armory Arena. And I headlined that. I was the headliner designer. So I was like the top designer, the headliner on it. And then they had Lola Brooke and Glorilla performing as headlining performers.
Oh, wow. And so how was that vibe? I mean, I know, you know,
that was
them is crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy because that one, you know, everything's been high profile from the beginning of the first one we done, but like just everything is still staying in alignment with that. So by the time we got there, we was already like we in the game now. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a total different feeling to actually, you know, get that opportunity and do it and just see the reaction and be able to touch that many people. It was like 10,000 people in that joint in a big arena. Yeah, they had my brand going around the arena. It's like powerhouse of like the fashion industry or some shit like that. You heard me? Like, so it was crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yo, what the hell?
Yeah,
That's
you know
what's
what I
up,
mean?
man. Congratulations,
Appreciate
bro,
that,
man.
you know what I mean?
Let's give it up for you, man.
Real talk. Appreciate
Dope
that.
shit,
Appreciate
bro,
that.
man. Yeah, man. I love to see
Yeah.
entrepreneurs like yourself make it, man. You know, especially coming from where we come from, man.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? What I want to ask you though, man, is as we go into this new age of things, you know, not just hip hop wise, but fashion wise, you know, artificial intelligence is a thing. So what I wanted to ask you, how does artificial intelligence and fashion meet together, and what do you think is going to be the future of fashion because of artificial intelligence?
Well, artificial intelligence, I think that's like a big part of if you're aware, you know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? Like I use it a lot in terms of how I built my brand too, just connecting in different ways and using it to give me further insight on what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, and make sure everything connects the proper way and get it off the way I want, you know what I mean? Even with designing, you know what I mean? Like you can use AI to look, I want to design a jacket and tell it exactly what you want the jacket to look like, and it'll literally create the jacket with your logo, the whole mock-up, the front, the back, everything. So it's next level. So I believe if you know how to use it, you know what I mean, and you know what you're doing, yeah, you can get a lot done. It's definitely going to be the wave once people start to, I don't think a lot of people really fully caught on yet, but once they start to catch on, on all levels though. You're talking business all across the board, you know what I'm saying? Not even just fashion, you know what I mean? So yeah.
That's dope shit, man.
Yeah.
At first I was opposed to it because you know, then they started getting like, you know, Drake used Tupac voice and I wasn't really feeling
that right there, little, you know what I mean? I don't know, that's a little creepy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's creepy, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, no, bro, leave my man Pac alone. Don't be putting that man in artificial intelligent ways, bro. Yeah, they did whole.
They did a whole song with Jay-Z when those allegations came out,
right?
And they had him like responded to it. It wasn't really him, of course, but it sounded just like him, bars and everything. It's crazy, like yeah,
that shit crazy.
Yeah.
So now that you did that with Gorilla, and that situation came about, do you think that that's going to catapult you to even higher straights and levels in the fashion industry?
Yeah, it definitely did. You know, that was like a really, the whole process from over the past 2 years, like every moment was like really like next level big. So I just felt like everything is going in alignment with how it's supposed to go. So by the time we got there, you know, like just getting that experience was different for me. Like I had to adjust after that, like, cause it was new, like on that level, you feel me? So from over the whole past 2 years though, cause I think collectively it's just it's a process, you know what I'm saying? And during the whole process, just leading to getting to that point with already having the big shows prior, but then getting to a point that you're doing an arena now, you know what I'm saying? And it's a totally different look, you know what I mean? On the side of like big artists that's in the industry right now that's making noise, you know what I mean? It's just different. So just the whole feeling and look, learning to adjust to that, you know what I mean? Like it was new. So I had it took me like a couple months. Like actually I'm still adjusting. It was just this past September. So it's like, you know, just the mentality, knowing that like, all right, so what comes next, you know what I'm saying? And keeping it up. But you know, they just called me, they called me like a week ago. So we coming back again in September. So we're going to do it again. So we're going to run it back.
Oh, so you running it back?
Yeah. So we don't know the performing artists yet because we just got the joint. We waiting for the contracts and everything to come. But yeah, we back. And we got Paris in October. So
Paris in October?
Paris Fashion Week, yep. And that deal's already done. That deal's been done, right? We were supposed to go to Paris this past
shit, bro. You fucked my head up with the Paris shit, bro. I'm trying to internalize all that. But go ahead.
So we were supposed to do Paris Fashion Week in September when we did the festival.
Okay.
Right? But that deal was done, and then they reached out to us and we was like, we gotta do that because we needed those headlines. So we actually pushed Paris back to February that just passed, which was, because Fashion Week comes 2 times a year. It's February and like September, October, or something like that. So we pushed it back to February, but doing a show that big in such a short time to be able to do an international one right after that, you know what I mean? We was like, we need to just push it all the way back to the end of the year. So we pushed that back. But what we're going to attempt to do now is try to get both of them off this year, the festival and Paris. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, first of all, let me just get in here real quick, man, and just say my piece, because I know the last time I was supposed to come to your joint, it didn't work out with my daughter, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be texting you, bugging you, bro, because I'm not missing the next one in New York, and if I can fly out to Paris, I want to try to catch that too. No doubt. I need you to put me on the list, bro. Like DJ Bugsy,
I'm gonna put you on the
list where I can sit.
Both
Damn.
of them. Both of them.
My
Both
man.
of them. Yeah,
my man. Appreciate you. That's keeping that's what good entrepreneurs do, bro. I appreciate that because I'm like, bro, there's no way I'm gonna keep missing these fashion shows.
Right. And we got a big list for the one in Paris too. So it's like I'm gonna try to get a lot of people if they willing to fly overseas for the show. You know.
Yeah.
Try to get
And you said that's in October?
That's in October between like the 3rd, Reese, the 3rd and the 6th, right? No, like the dates. Like we didn't get the solid date, but I know it's gonna be out of one of those dates between like the 3rd and the 6th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure I mark that off on my calendar ASAP.
Right.
Now let's get into a little bit of hip hop. We're gonna swing back to fashion, but I dropped the Mount Rushmore list for Philly rappers, and it went viral.
Okay.
And it had Will Smith.
Dropping something that go viral too. You be on it, yeah. I'm in tune. I'm locked in.
I appreciate that, but it was Will Smith, Meek Mill, Beanie Siegel, Black Thought. Now I got a lot of Havoc because a lot of people felt like Will Smith shouldn't be on there because he's a rapper, an actor, but he ain't really.
I definitely think Will should be on there.
Okay,
I agree with that.
Okay,
100%.
That's my man.
Yeah.
But then they were saying, well, what about Cassidy? You know, Cassidy did this, he influential, da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, relax. I said Meek Mill is arguably the most successful rapper of Philly ever. Outside of Will Smith, if you delete Will Smith, just say Will Smith for the sake of argument, just put him in Hollywood and leave him there.
Right.
Meek's number one.
Definitely.
So how did Cassidy come in the fold?
Nah, I think you got that one right.
All four?
Yeah.
You wouldn't change it?
No, I wouldn't change it.
My man.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right.
We need to get a clap for that, man.
Yeah. Based on how you broke that down, you know what I mean? That's accurate.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because it's like, I'm like, how? It's like, and the thing that people don't realize, bro, a lot of times when I make these lists, I be having a whole criteria. It's like longevity, catalog, and impact.
Exactly.
And then, you hear all these people talking about Leaf Ward and Kwani, and I'm like, bro, these dudes just started.
They just started.
Little Uzi Vert got one award. Why? Just because he got a lot of hits and just because he a rock star, that don't make him be on that list.
Nah. I think the list, that's accurate. I wouldn't change nothing about it.
See? We got the fashion guy letting y'all know what it is, and he's an artist on top of that.
Music,
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now that you got your hands in the soil deep when it comes to the fashion world, are you about to pivot and start dropping music again? Because I feel like that next New York joint, depending on who's on the card, that's an opportunity for you to drop a single.
Right. See, you're on the monetizing, you know what I mean? I feel you.
What's your thoughts on that? I'm just thinking forward thinking.
I think personally, like for me, I just think like the music, I just haven't like had the, like the itch for it, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I like listening to other artists and, I probably would manage
an artist.
Yeah. Soon, no, not yet. We still got a lot of things that we doing too. Like my journey is just getting started. So these things that it's been taking off and happening, this is just like the beginning. We got so much more to do, you know what I'm saying? So, but once I could get to like a more stable place and what I got going on, you know what I mean? I think I would definitely start to manage some artists or something like that.
That'd be dope.
We got the resources. We getting all the resources. Like I always say music and fashion go hand in hand, you know what I mean? So,
man, it's like brothers and sisters.
It's the crazy thing, right? When I first started my brand 8 years ago, right? Like we was discussing, I did music and it was hard for me to like reach like artists in the industry and stuff like that. Like they don't embrace you as like another rapper, you know what I mean? Especially during that time, it's like, you know what I mean? But when I started doing fashion, I started connecting with them so much easier, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, it was a different focus. It was a shift, you know what I mean? And then it was like, so then I'm like, all right, so this is how you do it, you know what I mean? So I always thought about it, but I was like, nah, I just don't really got the passion for it no more, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Listening to it though, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, even with Philly, Meek, like one of my favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because I think another thing I think that's shifting when it comes to Meek is the internet's trying to play him like a sucker because of the Diddy shit.
But that's the internet. The internet is a goofy place. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you can't really, you got people on there who never had an opinion their whole life. They get on the internet and they feel like they could just type and say whatever, you know what I mean? Because they're behind a phone, you know what I'm saying? But in real life, it'd be different energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hear a lot of these guys say that, like when I'm out in the streets, totally different thing, you know what I'm saying? So I just think the internet is just a place for a bunch of goofy. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Like the real,
what's up?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
Because I even said this too. I said, I love Cassidy.
Right.
But because the situation that happened when he caught that murder charge and then after he got out of that, he got into a crazy car accident. He was down because he had a brain injury.
Yeah.
I said that's what derailed his career.
Right.
But I said Meek got locked up twice during his height and came out of that and still dropped championships.
Right.
Like, bro, what? That's look at all the Philly rappers that got locked up.
I would say with Meek made a lot of the right connections too.
Yeah, he did.
His career, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people didn't connect that way, you know what I mean? Like, especially connecting with Hove, Michael Rubin, all these different guys or whatever that can back everything that he was doing, you know what I mean? And gave him more of a push, you feel what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
You know
and then he got prison reform.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Which is connected, Jay-Z, Michael Rubin, you know what I mean? So, you know, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we know what's next for you, man, but what do you think? And this is another thing too, man. I don't know. Do you believe this? I don't personally believe this, but a lot of say you can't get far if you don't got a female or a partner to make you get to the next level. Do you believe in that? I believe it to a certain, because you look at Barack, Michelle, you know it's some power couples, but then you notice lately a lot of power couples been getting divorces and breaking up. What's your thoughts on that from a female standpoint?
Like basically saying could I?
Do you need a woman to kind of like not mold you? But sometimes women have good insight before you see it. You know what I mean? So I want to know from you, do you need a woman to catapult you to the next level as you reach these different successes?
I think that it got to start with you first. You know, just being a leader, you feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think with the right woman, definitely though. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to find
the right
woman. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's a lot of them out here, don't get me wrong, but the right woman, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I think it's very possible, you know what I mean, if you got like I said, the right woman on your side, you know what I mean, and, you know, she understand the vision, you know what I mean, and what y'all working towards, you know what I mean, definitely, you know what I'm saying, like, she got to be in line with the purpose, you know what I mean, so if she see the purpose the same way you see it, I think it's very possible.
Right.
But, like, everybody for self now, so it's like, you got one person trying to do their thing, and then it's, you know what I mean, so it's not together.
Yeah.
But if it's together, I definitely believe that, it could be done. You know what I mean? A lot more can be done. You know what I'm saying? Because then now, like you just said, it's a power situation. You know
absolutely.
So, yeah.
Now, this is my last question, because I've dealt with this in times in my lifetime, dealing with dealing with entertainment and being in the entertainment field.
Right.
In-house jealousy, meaning the people you see every day. That's why they say pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So how have you dealt with that? Has that been a hindrance? And how have you dealt with that throughout your career?
I'm not gonna lie, that's been a process for me. Like, that's another thing that when I was saying learning to adjust, because like, you know, a lot of the things that I've been doing has been really like on a big level. So, you know, like they, you know, I noticed that like when you first start, they cheering. You know what I mean? It's like, because they seeing you do something, you know what I mean? It's like, it look like it might be something, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when you really start to exceed the expectations, like you watch all the energy change.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, like the energy just changed. It's not the same no more, because now people looking like, oh, you ready to be out of here. You know what I mean? It's really happening and it's getting serious, you know what I mean? And most people know that they probably not coming with you, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody can't go, you know what I'm saying?
That's
only a
fact.
selected few, you know what I'm saying? And even outside of that, you know what I mean? Even back where I'm from, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of weird energy and different stuff, you know what I mean? With me just being on this path to greatness, you feel what I'm saying? And like I said, learning just to adjust to it, because it's gonna come with it. You can't escape it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
You just gotta keep building, you know what I mean? And you know, stay solid through it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, stay put and stay solid, man.
Stay prayed up, you know?
Oh yeah, that's the number one part.
So,
God, man.
Yeah.
But look, man, listen, like I said, I'm excited, man, for these both things that you got going on in Paris and New York, man. I can't wait to be front row center. I'm definitely going to have my team getting footage, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Throwing some promo up for you, man. And it's been dope, man, this second time. And you know, I want to shout you out too, man. I want to shout anybody else that has been a guest a second time or a third time. Yeah. I really appreciate that, because it lets me know I'm doing what I'm doing right. Exactly. and I'm giving a platform to the right people, man. Exactly. And I appreciate that.
We appreciate it, you feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I mean? But tell the people, man, what you got coming up next, how they can follow you, how they can get your clothes as well.
Get the I just styled the front cover in My New York magazine. That's like a real big international magazine in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, we style Kazim. I think that's how you pronounce his name, but he like the top media guy in New York right now. You know, he got a show with Carmelo, and he actually does the Michael Rubin he's the host of the Michael Rubin Fanatics Fest. So they called me to do the front cover, and you know, they actually did a 2-page write up on me in that joint. So you know, go get that. You know what I mean? That's out. That's like this is my third magazine too. So international joint. Yep. We did the first 20. We did when I did the first show. I didn't even know I was in a magazine. I showed up. Actually, I had a supermodel tweet it to me. She's like, vibe, you know what I mean? I said, oh shit. The whole magazine, you know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't even know, you know what I mean? I thought that was pretty dope too. You get a supermodel, your first big show, supermodel tweet you, you know, your first big magazine. And then they right like maybe like 2 months after that, I did we did My New York the first time. They had did a designer of the month in New York for me. So I was the designer of the month.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then they came back this year and had me style the front cover and then did a 2-page write-up on me in that joint. So,
wow.
You know, my man just got published with his photos and stuff like that, Reese, you know what I'm saying? So he
congratulations to Reese. What's up, Reese?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, we got a lot of stuff. It's just going up, bro, and we're gonna keep pushing it up. This going, like I keep saying it and people could see it, it's gonna be one of the biggest brands ever in the world. You know what I mean? Like we already going international.
Speaking
with it
into
now.
fruition, man.
Exactly. And they know about us over there too. You know what I mean? Like it's like reaching. Like after I did that show, you know what I mean, they start calling all the opportunities. Now we getting like clients and customers over there. We looking on the website, sales coming from over London and everything. So it's like it's getting out there, bro. You know,
and you know what too? Not the other thing. I gotta get some of them clothes. And if you got any hats, I'm a big hat person. I would love to wear the hat on the next pod. So just let me know, and I'll pull up and grab.
Yeah, no doubt.
And put it on the next pod, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Get that visibility out there.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, it ain't nothing like having that brand awareness.
Yeah.
And people seeing your logo, and then next thing, like, damn, I seen that on Bugsy podcast. Man, what the hell is that shit, bro?
This is a jacket right here. You know what I mean? I designed this joint. You know what I'm saying? And we just did a new drop too. It's called the 20 to 30 drop because, you know, after doing these big shows, you know what I mean, I'm competing with the big dogs now, you feel me? So them prices spike, you feel what I'm saying? Like hoodies like $300, you know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's what's up, man.
But, you know, I know that, you know, that's for a different demographic. So I wanted to still do something that was reachable. So we did like a luxury drop for $20 and $30. So we just did that. We just dropped that like almost a month ago. We shot a couple commercials.
That's what
online.
I need.
So you can go on the website, ruemonge.com.
Okay.
We got shirts. You know, we about to add some hats on there with the logo. So this specific drop, everything is $20 and $30. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm
run it out.
Text me the site so I can grab that. Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah. Well, man, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy DJ Bugsy, man. Episode 122. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Keep it hip hop. Peace.